Hi, my name is Linda Deloyer and we're continuing with learning how to cut our friends and family's hair. I'm here with Dan today. Thank you for coming.
Welcome, Linda.
And what would you like for your hair to happen today?
It's been going really well each time. Today we'll do the same thing, but maybe just take a little bit more off the top.
Proportionally to the sides.
Exactly.
And you still want the contours shaped up a little bit?
Yes, I like that.
Okay, great. Sounds good. Dan comes about every 4 weeks and I'm only cutting very little. So with Dan, I will only cut his hair wet. I sprayed Dan's hair so it's wet. I'm taking the fine tooth comb side, combing it close to the skin. And I'm starting at the nape of the neck in the middle. And I'm not using the formula, sectioning, guiding, combing, switching, cutting, but I'm cutting directly on the skin. But I'm combing it again to make sure the line will be perfect. This is also a form of free cutting. Here I fold the ear forward. And I'm doing a different move, a bit more difficult move for beginners, but I can get a really nice angle that way. And then I comb the hair forward, even though Dan is not going to wear his hair like that, but just to see where the hair crosses the line. That's how it's going to be, but the hair will be better blended and fuller that way. I'm going around the ear. And when I'm cutting directly on the skin, I'm lifting the lower blade of the scissors in order to avoid cutting into the skin. That's a nice line already. Let's go to the other side. And every person who cuts hair has an easier side, depending on whether we are cutting with our right or left hand. Now I'm doing this move, which is really easier than on the other side. Combing the hair straight down, and I'm carefully trimming the ends. The hair is rarely growing all the way to the ear. And every person has a preference. Some people don't like those little one-way shavers. Some like to leave the hair where it is. And some ask for just having the little hairs cut with scissors. Or electric razors, that's number 4. So find out what the person whose hair you cut prefers. Some people have sensitive skin and these one-way tools are irritating the skin. All right, now I'm doing the guiding line and I'm just demonstrating again that this is the path I'm taking. However, Dan said he would like to have the top a little shorter, and you saw what I just trimmed off the side. So I'm taking off this much right now, this much hair. I'm actually cutting right now with a pair of scissors that we chose for Morocco method. and they're wonderful. I'm still able to do smooth cuts. I like to cut the hair with 1 move, 2 moves, sometimes 3 moves. I don't like the little jaggedy movements. They don't really connect the hair and they create a hectic energy and sensation. It's much nicer to just gently and firmly cut. And down here later I'll show you comb over scissors technique. All right, now I'm taking that same section hair, but I'm cutting, crisscross basically. I'm cutting, from my perspective, horizontal, connecting the hair from the right to the left. Okay, I'm going to turn Dan around so you can see better. Here again, I have to start bending. So what do I need to do? I need to grab the hair and put it inside my hand, cut into or towards the palm. Great, and now it's time to connect this section with the sides. And I stand at the same spot, lean forward, and take a section from that connects the top with the sides and blend it. I pull out the hair 90 degrees perpendicular and also blend. And now I need to take a little bit more off because I know that Dan and most people like this short, and this hair sometimes grows fast and it becomes bulky and sticks out. So now I'm taking the next section and connect the top layer that we already shortened with the sides. Then I pull the hair in a 90-degree angle perpendicular to the scalp. And here, as I'm turning a corner, so to say, not quite, I'm cutting this closer to the scalp, as close as my fingers will allow me. And again, later I'll show you the technique, scissors over the comb, which you use when you need to go even closer to the scalp than this, than what your fingers allow you. hold the hair firmly and also pull it, quite firmly. And it's good if the person just slightly resists, and Dan does it perfectly. It's actually not helpful when people try to help and lean into the direction I'm cutting. All right, so we did this side as far as I could go with just using this technique, the blunt cutting. And now we'll do the other side. And for that, I stand in front of the person and work my way from the front to the back. And the lines that I'm basically cutting are this, about like 5 lines going down. And now I'm connecting the lines that are going downward in a horizontal way to blend the sections together. And now with every step, I'm actually cutting less and less hair. It really is just a process of connecting the hair, not so much anymore taking length off. And here it's hard to reach. And now I'm going to show you the scissor over comb technique. So basically you take the comb and this is the movement you do. You comb it and slowly let the hair fall through. And then you take the scissors and just cut the ends. And this gives a nice blended result. And then of course, once I've done the other side, I'll check both sides and improve the symmetry. It's always important to breathe while we're working. It's more relaxing. And we're told that when we were little that we had to stay completely still when we got a haircut, and for some reason that often translated into also holding our breath, as if our breathing would make us move or would make the head and the hair move. But obviously that's not the case. We can both fully breathe, and head and hair will still be still and easy to work on. Yeah, so this cutting method is really about connecting the hair and blending it, improving its quality by being one unit. And I'm going to do the scissors over comb technique again. You can almost see here's a little bulkiness that I left. Actually, I'm going to take it this way first. Okay, I'm going to do the top part. And since Dan is not wearing his hair forward, you saw that he has a lot of curls and it stands up, then it's totally fine to cut the front part of his hair very blunt. It just really makes it thicker. You can always comb the hair forward. Again, this is not how Dan is wearing his hair, but this move of combing the hair forward, cutting this line really blunt, and then pushing it back is a very defined and full line. You can see the last thing that's left to do is the scissors over the comb move to lighten up this area that gets really warm in the summer, and this will also save Dan from having to come and get his hair trimmed every 2 weeks or 3 weeks, because Dan has a lot of hair here, and yeah, this is too short for me to put in between my fingers, and that's when you have to do this technique. Which is actually really fun, and I love this beautiful effect it does. I mean, it really looks beautifully layered and blended. Even a little larger chunks out here right now. And then you just check, and if it looks smooth, if there are no lines in there. Sometimes there are lines from the way the hair grows or from the bone structure, skull structure, but if it looks pretty smooth, then it's done. Here's a little something. Good. Yeah, Dan, did the haircut turn out the way you expected it to be?
Yes, Linda, it turned out really good. I always like coming to see you because when I get my hair cut at other places, they trim too much on the sides right here at the top, and my hairline recedes a little bit back up there. So when they take too much out, it starts to have that pointy look. And when I come see you, you've helped build that back up by bringing that line down a bit.
Yeah.
And it's starting to fill in there.
And blending the two,
And
so
blend.
it's not such a big contrast. That's true, yeah. Good, well, thanks for coming.